Hey, this is Venger Satanis. What's up? Very limited time to talk. At the moment, hey Onyx. That's Onyx. There. At the moment, both babies are asleep. While my wife is out running an errand. So, let's get right to it. Third session went great. Next thing I want to work on in the fourth session is all the stuff that I've been working on previously, like describing combats better or with more of a, visual narrative kind of feel. Doing the same thing with magic. And what else? Oh, like NPCs, like trying to roleplay them better or more, or getting into character, I guess. Trying to add like little details of voice or tone or whatever, letting the personality seep through, something like that. I don't know. I'm not really an actor, but Dungeon Masters, we do what we can, right? Anyway, so it went great. Next session, we'll work on critical fumbles as opposed to critical hits, which I've been doing along with the other combat narration. When someone rolls a 1, I'm just like, your weapon misfires, you trip, or you drop your weapon. I'm trying to just get onto the next thing and, narrate the next piece of combat. Next person roll, let's get on with it. But, so next session I'm going to try to do more. We're not playing next Saturday, or this coming Saturday. We're going to play the Saturday after that, so there's going to be a week just delay. One thing that I just decided at the beginning of last session to do, which worked out really well throughout the session, is the 33% rule, which is basically, okay, there are 3 different types of possible events. There's things that are very likely to happen, or that I want to happen, that should happen for the storyline, and it just realism and it makes sense. There's things that definitely shouldn't happen, and then there's things that have a chance to happen. Okay, I'm going to give an example of each one. So something that definitely is going to happen. If you fire your crossbow at an orc, he's going to retaliate in some fashion. That's definitely going to happen. He's not going to just all of a sudden, want to take a picnic right down there in the middle of the combat. Something that definitely is going to happen, Pokemon comes out of some pocket dimension to save everybody's ass. That's definitely not going to happen. Something that might happen, you run into a dark elf wizard who might know something about the wand or the magic cloak that you've been carrying around. You haven't identified yet, you don't know what it does. So I roll a percentile die, and if it is below or on 33%, then I'll allow it. Also, if the player characters suggest, or the players suggest something like, oh, could this happen, or what about this, or, to have a chance of, succeeding with this. And again, it's not a yes or a no, it's a maybe. So I roll 33%. And I did that probably over a dozen times. And I got some interesting results. Most of the time it was a no, but roughly a third of the time it was a yes. And so I just let that play out. That was pretty cool. It worked well, and everybody enjoyed it. And I think the players felt like they had a chance to contribute to the game, not just as player characters, but in a larger sense. They were contributing to the story as a whole. They were having a little bit of input into the traditional Dungeon Master's role. And I think that's great. It gives people ownership and a stake in the game. And, it makes it a little more creative, a little more fun, a little more zany or gonzo. Anything can happen. And that's win-win too. So, yeah, Cthulhu Vitaga.